White woman becomes Japanese, immediately ruins her life. Interesting. I don't know how that works, but Japanalysis, I think is how you pronounce it. I have no idea what's going on. We'll see. We'll see. Let's just go on.
When Shino Carolina accepted her crown as Miss Japan, she didn't realize...
Miss Japan! Okay, Miss Japan. So, a white lady became Miss Japan. Okay, I see.
She had made a huge mistake. It was her...
Disgusting! Give back that crown!
Her dream. But as the spotlight turned on her and her most embarrassing secrets were exposed to the entire world...
An affair with a married man with children, and he was one of the judges? What? Miss Japan is not Japanese? Apparently Miss Japan is not Japanese. Apparently Miss Japan is not Japanese. But, fun fact, Miss Netherlands is apparently not from the Netherlands. Same goes for Miss Germany, is also not German, technically, so, yeah.
World, she had to accept the truth. She was set up.
So she whored herself into the title of Miss Japan. Is that what this is? Interesting. She's not Japanese. She's a Jalapeno.
By an incompetent company, and now her life was ruined. This is the real story of the most hated woman in Japan. This might not be what comes to...
More hated? More hated than Johnny Somali? I don't know. I get it's confusing that a white girl would be Miss Japan, but like I don't think it's that deep to get pissed. I think it's more so Japanese culture. Because, you know, they don't like other groups particularly that much.
To mind when you think of a Japanese person, but trust me, Shino Carolina is as Japanese as they come. I'm talking rice and miso soup for...
True, most hated woman. Sorry, I just didn't realize. You know, Johnny Somali looks so much like a bitch. I didn't realize. I considered him a woman. My bad.
Breakfast levels of Japanese. She's been in Japan since she was 5, so she's lived her entire life there, from elementary school to university. Japanese is the only language she knows, and if you don't believe she's fluent, listen to her gush over who's the hottest One Piece character.
I
mean, she looks alright. I was expecting some crazy beauty. She looks like an average lady. She's pretty, but I was expecting something else. Remember, she also slept with one of the judges. So, that could be the reason why she won.
But as you could imagine, Carolina never really felt like she fit in Japan. In elementary school, she was bullied for her big nose and blonde hair. Her whole life, not fitting in always bothered her. Japan was her home. She wanted to be accepted as Japanese. So what if she became Miss Japan?
私自身が日本人として通用するのか、評価していただけるのか試したかった。
But first, she had to meet the requirements to enter the contest. So what are they anyways? To be Miss Japan, you need to be between 17 and 26 years old. Carolina's...
Okay, that's the first requirement. Makes sense, though I would rather prefer if it was 18 instead of 17, but then again, Japan. Miss Nippon. Okay.
26. Check. Unmarried. Check. And have Japanese nationality, which Carolina didn't have because she was born in Ukraine. So she quickly filed the paperwork and became Japanese, just before the contest deadline. But there's something weird going on here. What is this? Isn't the contest supposed to be called Miss Universe Japan? Yeah, this is not the contest you guys think it is. Basically, in 1950, the Japanese government wanted to thank America for relief after the war, so they hosted a Miss Japan contest to choose an ambassador. They only did this twice.
Interesting. I'm too old to become Miss Japan. Sure. That's kind of sad. Don't give me these sad backstories. No.
Twice. Then, 16 years later, this guy, Wada, has an idea. He wants to market his company, Wada Labs, so he revives the pageant and uses it to promote his new diet, Wada Figuring, where you only eat 9 foods and take a 45-minute bath once a week.
What is that? Is he about to slap her in the belly? What? So the Miss stuff is what, how do I put it? The Miss stuff is pretty much just exists in Japan because somebody wanted to sell shit. Interesting. Very interesting. That's the main requirement, I guess, sir. Yeah. And I'm not a miss. I'm a hit. Well, we can turn you into a miss. That is not impossible. We can do that, or at least we can try. Be a woman, a lady, a female.
Week. He has no competition, so it works, and he becomes the guy for dieting in Japan. Even Emperor Hirohito's wife, the Empress of Japan, went to him for advice losing weight. But Wada is a bit of a weirdo. In the 80s, he invents this device called a showerer, which you stick up your ass to clean.
A shower that goes up your butt?
Your colon, and that's it. That's literally all the Wada company's ever done. I mean, look at their website. It has 3 sections: the Wada Figuring Diet, the Showerer, and the Miss Japan contest. They still run the pageant to this day. It has nothing to do with Miss Universe Japan. Even the BBC got this wrong. It's a big difference. The Wada pageant is nowhere near as prestigious. I mean, they do like trash cleanups. When's the last time you saw Miss Universe doing a trash cleanup?
Okay, so it's just like wholesome Miss Japan? Someone? What? That's weird. That is an oddity. That is odd.
The winner of Miss Universe Japan qualifies for the international pageant, where they compete against the Miss from each country to be.
Okay, then this is not even like close. Like this is not even like close. Then this is just like some random beauty pageant in some way. Okay, interesting.
Become Miss Universe. But the winner of the Wada contest? Well, that's it. There are no playoffs. The winner doesn't have to compete anymore, so the judges can kind of select whoever they want. Speaking of judges, this is where the corruption starts. There are 25 of them. The first 7 are 2 members of the Wada family and their employees. Then the next 7 have 5 public figures, one of which is this guy who refuses to get out of his chair.
No, famous painter. I know a famous painter. Interesting. So, this is really just like a off-brand, Wish, Temu, AliExpress type of beauty pageant that calls itself Miss Japan, but not really. She lived her whole life there. Yep. She lived her whole life there, pretty much. Ever since the age of 5.
Honestly, big alpha move, I respect it. And then they have 2 past winners of the pageant judging. 7 from Team Wada and 7 from the public. Feels a bit Wada heavy, but whatever. So who are the other 11 judges? Well, they're all representatives or CEOs of these random companies. Or at least I thought they were random companies until I checked the sponsors list of the pageant. Then everything became...
So the other 11 are pretty much, sponsors. Okay. Very interesting. That, is kind of interesting, because that means, I don't know what that means. Might be a bit more easily to corrupt. I don't know.
Crystal clear. Yeah, the Wada family makes their money by selling judge spots at the pageant. Of the 25 judges, 18 of them have a conflict of interest. These sponsors want as many people to check out the pageant as possible, and that goes double for the WADAs. So crowning the only white contestant as Miss Japan is a genius business move. It's basically guaranteed to create controversy and make headlines all over Japan. By the way, Miss Universe Japan does not sell judge seats to sponsors. They only have 7 judges who are all ex-winners or accomplished women from society. Maybe you don't buy it though. Miss USA, which is Miss Universe USA by the way, was won by an Asian woman in 2022. So why does Carolina's win need to be a WADA conspiracy? Is it really your skin color that makes you Japanese? Take Steve Aoki for example. He's Japanese, but he's never lived there and doesn't speak the language.
Konnichiwa, motherfuckers. We are
Konnichiwa, motherfuckers. That is crazy. That is crazy. The thing is, like, maybe it's really just the fair. Who knows at this point?
in Fukuoka. I can't read Japanese.
It's not a bad thing, by the way. I'm Dutch ethnically, but I don't identify with that part of myself at all. But think about it statistically. When 7% of the US is Asian and Arbany Gabriel wins Miss USA, it's not the craziest thing in the world. But when Europeans make up this little of your population, so little that
Where's the blue? Chat, where's the blue? There's no blue! Japanese is yellow. Other Asians is green. South Americans is red. Others is orange, but Europeans does not exist. There are no Europeans. They do not exist.
I can't even see a blue pixel here, we can say that Carolina's win was a bit of a statistical outlier. Out of the 2,500 women who entered the contest, is it really likely that Carolina won because she best represented Japanese values? Or is it more likely that the WADAs chose her in a short-sighted marketing decision? The worst thing is, it worked.
C のカロリーナさんでした。
ご本人にお越しいただくことが。
戴上镶钻皇冠2024
Під Міс Джапан Пічунігей періодично перепитую.
Seems to be doing well. Seems to be doing well. Worked, but regardless, I don't know.
У мами та бабусі
Carolina Shino, who won this year's Miss Japan.
But soon, the WADAs realized they made a huge mistake. After Carolina's win became the hottest topic in the nation, tabloid magazines started prying into her private life. They put their best PIs on the case and prepared for a long investigation into— Nah, just kidding. They immediately found that she was having an affair. Wait.
Immediately caught in 4K. Immediately caught in 4K, that's crazy. I guess that could be another reason to hate her.
An affair? Isn't Carolina single though? Well, yes, but Carolina was caught on a date with celebrity plastic surgeon Maeda Takuma, and he's married. You might think, so what, that's his problem. But in Japan, it's not. Over there, if you sleep with a married person, you're at fault. And I don't just mean by the media. If you cause a divorce by doing that and you knew that they were married, you could be sued for up to $20,000.
Interesting. Interesting. Very interesting. I did not know that. I did not know that whatsoever. Kind of based.
Luckily, Carolina had a good defense. Dr. Chad pursued her first and lied that he was already divorced. Or at least that's what the statement that her and the WADAs put out said. So, turns out she didn't do anything wrong. And from there on, she lived happily ever after. Yeah, nobody believed that. And within a few days, Carolina was forced to make another statement where she told the truth this time. Yeah, she lied. She knew he was married and she kept seeing him anyways.
Cooked. God, I hate cheaters. Give me the wood chipper right now. It's just in you go. You're never getting out again. And get all the NTR stuff found there. I'm the NTR slayer. NTR is the lowest of the low.
And the affair had been going on for like 3 years. You can imagine the shitstorm this caused. First, Carolina was immediately dropped from her agency, and then Miss Japan stripped her of her crown. For the first time, the Miss Japan title was vacant. There was no Miss Japan 2024. Carolina, whose goal in the contest was to finally
There was no winner. There has been a winner. A winner does not exist. Why isn't the guy getting punished? What the hell? Probably divorce. which probably will punish him enough, I guess. Hopefully, that the wife divorced. Please. I know it's difficult in Japan, but please.
Be recognized as Japanese not only failed at that, the entire country now hated her. And Japan isn't exactly the easiest country for a tall white woman to lay low. Her punishment was pretty harsh, especially considering she isn't even the one who cheated, but it's par for the course in Japan, to the point where people who think their partner might be cheating are financially incentivized to hire a private investigator to gather evidence so they can sue. I know that
Judge Judy. Let her strike. Let Judge Judy strike. Awesome.
it's because some of my friends have done it and gotten paid out. Another reason people hire investigators is because in Japan, you need your partner's permission to get a divorce. Otherwise, you have to go to court. PI.
How would that work? Like, yo, I want the divorce. Okay. Gets the marriage dissolved. Deleted. That sounds awful. Change those marriage laws, God.
Eyes give you evidence of adultery, which can help you get divorced. You want to know the craziest part? Famous white women in Japan get cancelled for this all the time. You don't believe me? Meet Becky. Half British and half Japanese, Becky used to be on every TV program in the country. I'm serious. You couldn't turn on the TV without seeing her. But in 2016, Becky disappeared. What happened? Well, it was the...
Well, she's British. Nobody likes the British. There's so much NTR because they are tightly squeezed by laws IRL. Maybe, but I also know a lot of women consume that shit, so... I don't know. It's not the men, apparently.
The exact same as Carolina. Tabloid magazines got a hold of chat logs showing a secret relationship between Becky and a massive Japanese rock star, Kawatani Enon, the lead singer of Gesu no Kiwami Otome, a really famous band. Becky and Enon were getting pretty serious, and even though he had a wife, Becky says she was in love with him. He even took her to meet his parents. Of course, Becky knew Enon was married, so when the chat logs leaked...
So another homewrecker and another cheater? Damn, get the wood chipper! Ah, even through a line! Cheaters, I hate them.
She had to lie and say they were just friends. But just like Carolina, that didn't work, and the truth eventually came out.
Flashing lights, chat. Flashing lights.
In the end, she had to hold another press conference where she admitted to everything and apologized to his family. But it was too late. Becky was done. Enon, on the other hand, got off scot-free. And then, not even 1 year later, the exact same thing happened with another...
Why does the fucker not get bunked? They leaked the group chat. That group chat got leaked. We must blow up Earth. Like, there's so many cheaters. Why did that guy get... Fine, I'll finish the job.
Another celebrity named Maggie. Half Canadian and half Japanese, Maggie also had a secret relationship with a rock star. And yes, he was married. Naturally, when their secret got out, Maggie faced repercussions as well, although nowhere near the level that Becky...
Why is there so much reverse NTR here? Why is there so much? Huh? It's just playing with fire, certainly. Why is there so much so much reverse NTR? What is this? No! Why not be pure?
He did. She now runs a YouTube channel called, Maggie's Beauty and the Speed? Oh, I get it. It's like Beauty and the Beast. Haha. But clearly something's out of whack in Japan when the women who were single are getting punished more severely than the men who cheated on their wives. They're not completely innocent, especially since in all of the cases they knew the man was married, but this Japanese phenomenon of the men getting off scot-free while the women have their lives ruined is a bit strange. In Carolina's case, people hated her before they even found out about the affair. Right after she won, people were already saying things like, maybe it'd be okay if she was half Japanese, but someone with no Japanese blood as Miss Japan? Okay, so let's say they got their wishes, and there were new rules that say you had to be born in Japan and have Japanese blood to win. Also, a lot of people blame Western beauty standards for biasing the judges to select Carolina. Stuff like big eyes, double eyelids.
But when are we getting into the having an affair with a judge? We haven't talked about that yet. Is that gonna be brought up again?
And lighter skin tones that are popular in Japan. So let's say we want to select someone with darker skin this time. Even if they picked a Miss Japan who followed all these rules, the Japanese public still wouldn't be okay with it. And you know how I know that? Well, it happened. It happened back in 2015 when this lady, Miyamoto Eriana, won Miss Universe Japan. And do you think the public was okay with it? No. They had the exact same reaction they did for Carolina. She's not Japanese enough. You know, despite the fact that she was born and raised in Japan and has a Japanese mom, this time they demanded someone with pure Japanese blood. Who do they think they are? Draco Malfoy?
You still feel my blood.
I guess they want somebody whose both parents are Japanese. Huh. I don't know what to think of it. Then again, it's a different culture. I can't say anything. Yeah, they really like double eyelids. Okay.
Something funny is they tried to dig up dirt on her too, and the best thing that they could find is that she was smoking cigarettes in high school. Miyamoto was smoking underage and Carolina's cheating. Foreigners have such bad character. It's like, bro, are you kidding? These are like your national pastimes. If anything, it makes them more Japanese. So anyways, I think everyone in the story sucks. The WADA company sucks the most for putting Carolina in a difficult position for their marketing. Dr. Chad sucks for cheating on his wife. The Japanese media sucks, specifically tabloids, for holding women like Carolina, Maggie, and Becky to such high standards, while celebrities like Yamapi can get caught going to hotels with underage women and get off scot.
Oh! 17? Ooh! Why 17-year-old? Good God! Okay.
Scot-free. Actually, in that case, the underage girl ended up apologizing to Yamapi for negatively impacting his career. Some people speculate that the reason the standards are so different is because the main consumers of this media are women, specifically housewives. When a hot rock star cheats with a single woman, they feel jealous of the woman, but feel like they might have a chance with the man if he's willing to cheat. At least that's what my friends told me when I asked them why this happens. Honestly, Carolina sucks too. Yeah, she didn't cheat herself, but she was the affair partner of a married person. And she
Yeah, she was the affair. Wood chipper now. True and real.
had to know that if she won, her secret was eventually going to get out. Oh yeah, remember this from the intro? A lot of people believe this, but it's a lie. Dr. Chad likes to enter muscle.
Okay. Okay, he's not a judge. He's just likes to take part in muscle thingies. So that's just how it is. Unfortunately, in some parts of America, 16 is legal age of consent. Good God. 16 is legal age of consent. Here it's like 14, I think. Could be wrong. Japan has different laws. They even still do arranged marriages. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Muscle competitions. He actually won Best Body Japan in 2018. And he is a judge, but not for the WADA contest, for a different contest called Best of Miss Tokyo. Also, when people heard Carolina's affair partner was a celebrity plastic surgeon, a lot of people thought that it was this guy, Takasu Mikiya, a plastic surgeon YouTuber, and he got a ton of hate online. Actually, he's the one who originally turned me on to the idea that the judges might be corrupt.
Whoa! Turned on? Calm down. Yeah, it kind of makes no sense that I just picked the dude randomly. Poor guy.
So I started looking into the WADA contest and he was 100% right.
結構その審査員って金で買えるんですよ。これ業界の人はみんな知ってると思うんだけれど、一般の人はね知らない人多いと思うんですよ。僕のところにもよく来るんですよ。審査員やりませんかってね。ただそれは協賛として広告出してお金出してで審査員をやる。だったら誰でもお金払えばやれるじゃんって。そんなのミスコンなのって僕は思っちゃうんですよね。
There's one unanswered question that I need your help with. Carolina has always maintained that the only language she speaks is Japanese. She was even asked about this on TV. She said she does not speak Russian or Ukrainian.
Okay. So she speaks only Japanese. Makes sense, right? Lived there since the age of 5. Barely makes any sense why she would learn anything else in Japan. The legal age, as last I know, was 12 for arranged marriages, 16 for unarranged, but legal age of consent is 16. This is also why some mangas have weird ages in them. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
そうですね。
But then how do you explain this?
У мене мама українка, вдома по-українськи говорить, а в школі по-японськи. Я в голові думаю по-японськи.
Is she a native speaker or is her Ukrainian really bad? I mean, I have no clue. Please, someone let me know in the comments. By the way, I've made a part 2 of this video that's actually pretty funny. It goes into more detail about Carolina's family, Dr. Chad, the history of the Wada family, and then it gives some updates on the Big Motor and Scammer Girl stories. It's completely free to watch, links in the description. Thank you for watching. Thanks to my patrons, including Tier 3's Ethan Campbell, Jason that
That's pretty much just the Patreons. I must say, this is interesting. Okay, that was it. I expected worse, but it kind of makes sense that that would backfire that much. So at the end, it is mostly the people's fault that host the beauty thingy.